So, my name is Brittany, and today I'm going to talk to you about something that I feel is very important. But first, I think you should know that I have been in church since before my birth. I find it an important part of my life because I know that I can go freely and worship the God of all things and take in all that He has done for me. I believe that the church is not a museum full of perfect people, but rather a hospital for the broken. I am so glad that I am able to freely worship my Father in a church that doesn't mind how you look and accepts you for who you are. Now that you are aware of how I feel about my church, I would like to take a few minutes of your time to tell you how important it is to have something like a church paid off. Knowing that our church owes around $115,000 just makes me want to help pay the church off faster, simply because I know that our church has a vision with hopes and dreams of being able to do much more than we can now. Because once the church is paid off, we will not have the financial burden of a mortgage to worry about. Let me ask you this. When you think about giving an offering or a gift, do you think about things like the cost and whether or not it fits your budget, or even if it will help? You might worry about whether or not it was the right amount or not, and you may hope that it's something that the church can use or even want. But what if I told you that you are the one of the church's most important part, and we need your help? No matter how big or small you may think you and your offerings are. I know that God looks down and smiles on your gifts of knowing that it comes from your heart. My pastor told me that money makes the world go round. It takes money to make money, as he jokingly quotes the words of an old rock and roll song. He continues with money, 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 money. He said that these are the kinds of phrases that are familiar to all of us. He then said, unfortunately, being a 501c3 organization doesn't take away the necessity for money. To be an effective ministry in the days just after Jesus' resurrection, or now, money is a prerequisite to carrying out the plans God has for His church. He is also very clear in His word that He believes that his believers are to be willing participants in accomplishing the kingdom purpose. It starts by using a portion of their income to support local and or foreign ministry. Knowing that my pastor's desire for the church is simply makes me smile, because I can see God in all of His ideas. My pastor continued to say that our church's current goal is to pay off our existing building to prepare the many opportunities that lie ahead. And I honestly cannot wait to be a part of this upcoming opportunity once the church mortgage is paid off. Another person from the church that I spoke to, who just so happens to be a deacon of the church, said, as a non-profit organization, our church, like most business and individuals in today's world, have a mortgage on our property. We are making a concentrated effort to focus on paying this mortgage off. We feel that the economic conditions of these current times make it even more important to do so. We do not ever want to be in the position of danger should the real estate market crash. If the mortgage were paid off, we would be secure in that matter at least. Also, we feel that freeing ourselves from the monthly payment would allow us to be better stewards of God's money and would allow us to help others more. When I talked to both the pastor and the deacon, it made me smile because I didn't speak to them at the same time, but yet they pretty much said the same thing, but in different words. It is an honor to go to a church where our goal is to please God first and foremost, and then to be good stewards of God's money. So I bet you're asking yourself, what can I do to help? Well, I'm glad you asked. Donating your time and your money, even if it isn't what you think it needs to be, God can use it and bless it to help a miracle in progress. So please, next time that you think that what you have isn't good enough, just remember that God blesses stuff that comes from the heart, and He also knows the desires and beliefs of our hearts, and He knows that having the church paid off is one of our heart's desires, and I believe that God will bless the money, and He will also bless you for helping make our dream a reality. Thank you so much for your time and your attention.
You did it!